Welcome traders, it's Monday. My name is Chris. I am the Algo Man here on TikTok, and I thank every one of you guys for being on this live stream with me today. And in today's live recap, we're switching gears. We're actually going to be featuring Predictmo, which is this tool down here, and only Predictmo. No distractions, no extras, just this powerhouse tool in action on a 2-minute chart, okay? Now, let me kind of give you guys a little bit of a market breakdown of what happened today, because I think it's important to kind of give a little bit of a backdrop and some perspective, right? Here's what the day looked like today. So the market popped right out of the gate. You had a solid rally all the way up until about 10:15 in the morning. And then, oh boy, you had the dreaded chop fest. From 10:15 a.m. all the way till about 3 p.m., the market went into this snooze-worthy consolidation phase. And just when you thought it was over, boom, you got that late day PM rally right into the close. Overall, it was a green day, but make no mistake, it was a day split clean in two. You had the morning rally, the midday chop, and then the PM rally, okay? So here's what we're showcasing today in today's live stream, okay? We're dialing down Predictmo, this tool right here, to a setting of 14 today. A more responsive than usual setting. Normally we have a setting of 18, okay? But we're going to dial it down to 14. We want to see how it handled those early swings in price during the AM push. And then we're going to take a quick peek at how Predictmo performed on a 1-minute chart for that tighter resolution, okay? And for those of you who think longer time frame, higher time frame, we're also going to look at Scalpmo on a 15-minute chart to see what clues it gave us about those breakouts that defined the day, okay? And I'll walk you through this step by step, pausing where it counts to give you the deeper insights. All right, guys? So without any further delay, let's go ahead and get this bad boy started. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bingo. Here we go. I'm replaying this at 10 times the speed of the market, guys, so you guys could see how it all flowed this morning. And there you go. That's your first opening bar of the session today. For those of you guys who understand the process that we normally follow in this, we normally look at where cycle and momentum are in SIMO to determine where the market was going to open in the morning, okay? You could have seen that on the 5-minute or on your cycle chart. This is a cycle chart right here, just kind of stripped away from all the bells and whistles I normally like having on it. Just kind of focus on the rotation of Predictmo only, okay? Now, keep in mind the 3 phases of the trade. And this is really important that you not forget this, okay? You have acceleration, which is when price crosses above the zero line. You have exhaustion, when price is all the way up here, okay? And then you have contraction when it begins coming down all the way to the inflection point right here. Now, look at what's happening with this, okay? As it draws near to the inflection point, price begins to soften up. The inflection point is the top of the region-wide threshold, which is right there. That's the inflection point. That's where this whole thing kind of dies out to the end. Why? Because this is the contraction phase of the trade right here. You got acceleration, expansion, you got acceleration, exhaustion, and contraction. Okay, those are the 3 phases of the trade. Those are very important to remember when you're working with a tool like Predictmo. All right. So let's see how this whole thing shakes out and see if there's any potential trades we can take in this. Right now, I don't see anything here, guys. You've got price going below the zero line. You've got the predictor above the zero line. This is not a setup to go short, okay? So we're going to see where exactly we actually get the setup to go short. But for now, let's see how it bounces around and what clues it gives us as to which way price might move. So you're right here at the base support level, okay? And you've got your 15-bar VWAP right here. Now, look at something else that's interesting, guys. Price hit the top of the 80-bar VWAP. And I know I sound like a broken record sometimes, but I can't help but point this out to you. Whenever price hits this 80-bar VWAP, whether it's the top one or the bottom one, which is this green solid line here, there are only 2 possible outcomes. It's either going to break or it's going to bounce. And hot dog, guys, if you saw that the price hit the 80 bar VWAP right here and you were thinking it's either going to break or bounce, you were right. It bounced, okay, and it bounced to the downside right here. This is part of the reason I always advocate don't take trades at the open. This bar right here would have been a guaranteed loser for anybody taking that, that trade at the open. It just, the slippage in this bar would have got you on the second bar to the downside when it just kind of recoiled right there. So anyway, food for thought. Don't forget about the 80 bar VWAP. We just saw it play out really nicely right there. So price is inside the, it bounced off support is inside the 15 bar VWAP right here. You got price up. You've got your predictor down here. Not a lot. Okay, perhaps.
Order filled.
That might be a buy trade. Let's see where that goes. I'm probably going to be taking some trades I normally don't take in the process of my day-to-day trading, but this is just me being a real cowboy today in a lot of the trades that I'm going to be taking, okay? And that looks like it's probably it right there with this thing coming down. I'd probably clip
Order
that sucker
filled.
right there and get out. Yep, right there. And
Order
that
filled.
might be a short trade right there as well. Okay, you got this bad boy coming down right there, and I will clip that as soon as it crosses above the zero line. These are really tight trades. Yep, it did cross above the zero line right there, so I am going to go ahead and as soon as this bar finishes oscillating right there.
Order filled.
Fine. You know what? It crossed above the zero line. I'm done. The end. Okay? I'm not going to stick around and wait. So here you got the predictor going up and you've got price all the way down here. It hasn't even reached the inflection point. The inflection point is right here. So you're right back inside that 15 bar VWAP. Just fizzled out right there. Look at that. Now you got the predictor all the way down here. Perhaps if this turns down, this might be a short.
Order filled.
Kind of like right there maybe. This bad boy going down. And that is it right there, guys. I'll probably take that for
Order
a nice,
filled.
maybe $100 and something right there. Okay. And you can see how fast the predictor crossed above the zero line before this whole thing just like flipped on you. Looks like you're stuck inside in this like 15 bar VWAP right there, and price isn't going anywhere right now. Still inside right here, guys. Just a bunch of noise. And I'm going to show you something else that's really cool after I get out of here. And remember, guys, I'm taking a bunch of cowboy trades that I normally would not take for my, in a day-to-day basis, okay? I'm just showing you guys how the tool works, and you guys can fine-tune this to your liking. But I'm going to show you a couple of other things that kind of bring it full circle when I'm done with this. And I'll probably run this, I don't know, till maybe 11:45, and then I'll switch it over to a 1 minute chart, which is a completely different dynamic than what you're seeing right here on a 2 minute. And that's going to bring it full circle when I show you the 5 minute chart as well. So right now we've got nothing but a bunch of noise right here. Okay, we got what appears to be
Order filled.
a buy signal right there. And this the predictor came right here below the zero line, so I am going to blow out of that trade. Any more huff and puff on that?
Order filled.
That's the end. I'm out of there. But this bad boy's below the zero line, so I'm betting because this is all the way up here. You're
Order
gonna have
filled.
Short. Okay, whenever you're in the exhaustion zone right here, this is bound to come down. And I will wait for the predictor to actually cross above the zero line before we exit. Okay, right there. Just cross above the zero
Order
line.
filled.
That's where I'm taking my trade. 819 and 810, not a bad trade, okay? And because you've got this bad boy here in exhaustion and you've got the predictor above the zero line, this is probably going to be a good setup to
Order
the
filled.
side right there. Okay, this is telling you at least 2 bars in advance that price is going to go up. Just crossed below the zero line.
Order filled.
And that's the end of that trade right there, guys. And this is the zero crossing right smack right there. Very tight morning to trade. That is for sure. And I'm almost done with this demo right here. When it hits the 11:45 mark, I will go ahead and switch it over to the 1 minute chart.
Order filled.
That looks like a long trade to me right there. You got the predictor above the zero line. You've got price above the zero line right there. Oh, well, look at this. Price is breaking out right there. Let's see if we get a second rotation in price. We've got price rolling up really super nice right here, as long as it doesn't go into the exhaustion zone. Now, here's the difference, guys. If price goes into this exhaustion zone right here, your exit is always going to be when the predictor crosses the zero line. That's it. It's telling you that price is exhausted. The moment it crosses below zero, you are done. There is nothing else left in the trade, okay? If price is between the exhaustion zone and the region-wide threshold, which is right here, you'll typically have two rotations. This is rotation number one, and you can clearly see it here on the chart. Rotation number two begins right there. The moment rotation number two ends, you are done with that trade to the upside. And we're looking for a zero crossing from the predictor right there, and there you have it.
Order filled.
Bingo, right there.
Wow, did you see that? That's what you call precision.
And that is precision algorithmic trading for you right there on a 2-minute time frame for you guys. Okay, we took, I think, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we took about 7 or 8 trades on this in a very tight cyclic morning. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to switch it over to a 1-minute chart, which kind of gives a different dynamic of what we're looking at here on the 2-minute time frame. And we're going to showcase the 1 minute with Predictmo as well right here. I'll start it at 11:30 in the morning to avoid some of the noise and give it a go, see how that works.
Order filled.
Remember, guys, whenever price goes into the exhaustion zone, your exit is going to be right when the orange line crosses below zero, which is right there.
Order filled.
Bingo, you're done right there. And typically these trades have rotation to the downside. So I'll just wait. I just want to make sure that at least we get to the inflection point right here. Okay, that
Order
is
filled.
a short trade.
Order filled.
The end of that one. This actually looks like it's going to
Order
be
filled.
moving to the upside. Okay, that right there, I'm going to go ahead and
Order
flip
filled.
it. A little bit faster of a chart. I've got this set to 22 in case anyone's wondering. When I'm done with this, I'll go ahead and bring back the 5-minute chart so you guys could see exactly a little bit more detail on that 5-minute chart.
Order filled.
I think that's gonna not go the way I thought. Yep,
Order filled.
that's the end of that. But that definitely looks like a short to me right there. So I'll wait for the next bar and then take a short up. Wait a minute. Is this bad boy gonna cross or is he gonna just continue coming down? Yep,
Order filled.
downside. Moment the predictor goes above the zero line, that is likely going to be it. Oh, wait a minute. You have price coming down right there. So let's see if we get a second rotation out of that. Wow, it didn't cross above the zero line either, which is really nice. Okay, there you've got your crossing right there.
Order
above the
filled.
zero line, and you're also in exhaustion zone right here, which means that that is your exit right there.
Order filled.
And that's going to be your reversal trade from exhaustion going up. And we've got price breaking right there. And there we go. We've got the first rotation is done. Is this going to continue or is it going to be fizzling out if this turns down? It looks like continuation to me. Oh yeah, look at this. Second rotation to the upside, really nice. And that's it. You've got your zero crossing right there.
Order filled.
You're done. Okay, this is what it looks like on a 1-minute chart, guys. And I'm going to bring in the 5-minute chart in just a sec here.
Order filled.
The predictor crossing the zero line right there. And right there, guys, this little clip that you just saw right there is the end of this move.
Order filled.
Okay, about $120 right there on that one. So there you go. You know, this whole thing just kind of goes crazy like this all the way, for the rest of the afternoon. But it kind of gives you an idea of how robust the tool is on a 1-minute chart as well. Okay, you can fine tune this as much as you want to really capture what you're looking for in the swing in price. Now, if you want to avoid a lot of the noise that you're going to see in the spectrum, especially on a 2-minute time frame, okay, there's a couple of things that you can do, okay? And here's where some ideas that I just kind of want to float your way that you might want to consider. So if I go back over here to right around where a lot of these trades, you were trying to scalp a lot of these trades right here, and especially this area right here. Notice how Purmo is just meandering inside the gray region Y threshold right here, just really kind of going flat right here. This tells you that there is no momentum in this entire region right here, okay? This is basically nothing but consolidation. Now, a lot of you guys already use Purmo on your trend chart. With a setting of 26 and 30, you're basically telling the algorithm, hey, I want you to capture only the momentum swing in price, okay? If there's no momentum in price, guys, you're gonna get a lot of this right here. That's exactly what Purmo is showing you on the chart right here, that there's no momentum in price whatsoever. Now, if you notice over here, there was momentum right here to the upside when it shifted to the upside and it broke and it actually moved up quite nicely right there. But before then, in the morning, you had no momentum whatsoever right here. It's probably a good time to not trade any of this noise. Now, I know some of you can argue and say, well, Chris, we could have just jumped on the 1 minute and traded this. Yeah, you can. And no argument there. If you're trading a 1 minute chart, a 30-second chart, yes, you can trade a lot of this, what I call noise. But if it's your style of trading and you're a hyper scalper and you just want to get in for like maybe 2 bars and get out, then hey, more power to you. I just demonstrated the 1 minute chart, and you can do it on a 1 minute chart. You'll get a lot less meat on the bone than if you wait for actual momentum swings in price where, where you actually have decent movement like right here, okay? But yeah, you can trade the noise if you want on a lower time frame. Try a 1 minute, perhaps a 30-second chart. But if I'm sitting here at my desk, okay, and again, I took a lot of these trades just to kind of show how the tool works with the setting of 14 on a day like this. But if I'm sitting here, okay, in a live account, guys, and I'm looking at Purmo going sideways like this, I'm not taking any trades. I'm sitting on my hands, and I'm waiting to see where momentum might potentially shift and then taking any trades. Another way to look at it is this way, okay? You can go ahead and look at a 5-minute chart, and I gave you guys a challenge over the weekend to do this, and this is something that I highly encourage you to do. Now, Friday, I think it was Thursday, I came on here and I illustrated the same process but using a 15-minute chart. And I get it, guys, not everyone's a fan of the 15-minute. Cool, I understand. Maybe try a 5-minute instead, okay? And here's how the 5-minute looks with this, okay? 5-minute actually looks really good. And if you look at this, these would be your entry points right here. As long as the blue price line is below 0, you're going to take the trade in the direction of the trade. So this would actually be the very beginning of where this downside trade begins, okay? And it ends right here precisely at this bar when it crosses above the 0 line. Perfect rotation to the downside. It's not to say, don't get me wrong, that you're going to come and trade a 5-minute chart. No. The process instead is to look for potential turning points in price where price is about to move, where it's about to explode. And this tool, Scalping, was designed specifically with that in mind. It was designed to capture exactly where price is about to explode and accelerate. I've told you guys before, it's a short burst in price action, right? So if we take this over and move it to today's price action here, all right, you're going to notice that a lot of this right here, which is what I just highlighted on the 2-minute chart with that gray box, and I told you, look, Purmo's going sideways right here. You don't have any momentum in price. Why even jump in? You could have also spot that here in your 5-minute chart. Let me just go ahead and get rid of this, and we'll just look at this right here, okay? Now, if price is above the 0 line right here, you're only taking trades to the long side. But the moment it crosses below 0 right here, you're only taking trades to the short side. So check this out, guys. From this point forward, there were no trades whatsoever to be taken, okay? Because the purple line was above zero while price was going down. So it kind of shows you the same thing that Piramo is showing you on a 2-minute chart, but on a higher time frame resolution, where the higher time frame is kind of giving you more context. It's giving you market structure. It's telling you, look, man, the market, there ain't no movement in the market right now if price is going down and the accelerator is going up. Okay, there is no movement in the market right here. Okay, there was movement to the downside, and I think this is one of the downside trades that we took right there. Okay, right here there was movement to the upside, the moment that price went up. Now you had the accelerator right here. I saw the accelerator go up of zero, and you had this bad boy also turning up with it too. So the only thing you need to do, guys, to capture these nice high probability moves is watch the accelerator right here. If it crosses above the zero line, okay, and this bad boy's moving up as well, or if it's already up above the zero line, or if it's below the zero line and this crosses, then look at your 2-minute chart to fine tune your entry. That's all you need to do. That's the only thing you need to do, because this is exactly where price breaks out right here. Look at this. You had this whole area where prices kind of went off. It waffled off. 10:15 in the morning, that was the end of the upside move. Then what happened between 10:15 and 3 p.m. right here, or 11:35 right here in the afternoon? Nothing but noise. Look at this. Chop, chop. You could have avoided this whole entire region by just looking at what market structure was telling you that price was doing right there. Now, the moment it sets up right here, you can go back and look at your 2-minute chart and say, well, where is the start of this on my 2-minute chart to better position yourself to take the trade with higher conviction? You don't have to be caught in any of this chop by looking at the higher time frame chart and getting clues as to where the broader move in the market is about to happen. It's almost the same as this right here, okay? You had a bunch of noise right here. You had a little downtrend that happened here on Friday afternoon, but then the moment the predictor goes up right here, you don't want to be trading any of this because this is nothing but noise, okay? You got a big reversal to the upside and nothing but noise for the next 2 bars. But the moment it comes down, this is really where price begins to move. And this is exactly the type of confirmation you need on the higher time frame to go back to your 2-minute chart and use predict mode to trade with 100% confidence and ability to take that trade, with full confidence that you have market structure on your side. Okay, so that's to give you guys a little bit of context right there as to what's going on with the 5-minute, how you can use the 5-minute to better position your trades on the 2-minute time frame, or you can also use Piramo on the 2-minute time frame the way I showed you, just to avoid areas of consolidation. That's it. You can use it on the trend chart, which is, Piramo, guys, is really designed to capture the full trend component of price. But when it goes horizontal, it's telling you that there's no movement in price. This is just a different way of looking at it right here. And this tool here that measures the acceleration in price is this is a must-have in your arsenal, guys, if you're a scalper, because this is really going to tell you when price is about to explode and take off.